I'm an angel.
Very cute. That's a very sweet angel. Welcome to Hub City Homestead. My name is Ruth. Join me and our family as we raise our chickens, grow our garden, and try out all the things that make a homestead. We live on a small property, so we're going to do homesteading small. Welcome to Baking with Sammy. We are going to continue our pumpkin pie. So we've chilled our pumpkin pie dough. We're now getting it ready to roll out. Squish it together. Yeah. And as you roll it, that'll happen too. So we've floured our counter, and we're going to roll it out for our pie plate. You can patch it. Okay, I think we've got it rolled out enough. So now can you fold it in half? Very carefully. Or...
Hey, Mommy.
Well, we got to get the rest of it off the counter. So fold that back over that way. It's alright, we can pinch it together.
Well, I'm not even doing it,
There you
still.
go.
That looks hard to do.
There we go. Now get it in the middle. Well, it's fine. It's fine.
It's gonna be easy.
Alright. So. Okay, so then we push it down in there to make it pie crust shape. Okay. Yes, you're going to cut the edges off with the butter knife very carefully. So you're just going to go around the edges, just right along the edge of the pie pan. Okay. Go straight down, straight down. Start like right over here. Yeah, go straight down from the edge of the pie pan. There you go. That's how we do it.
That looks nice.
Yeah, it does. It's a nice little guide to follow.
That looks yummy.
What are we going to do with the rest of the pie crust? Well, might be able to make it up, bake it up and put some cinnamon sugar on it. That's what my mom always did. Leave it alone, we're not done with it. Oh, did you get a little piece?
No, I didn't.
Well, you guys can go on that side and get a little piece and take a bite of it. If you want, I guess. Okay.
For some reason that tastes like the buttermilk biscuits.
It's kind of the same thing.
Just butter, actually.
It's very similar.
Can I have one more?
Okay, so we've got a pie. I want to show you how to flute the edges of the pie. Okay, take a piece and get out of the way. So, you take your fingers like this. You push in like this. Okay? And you just go all the way around. So start here where I ended. Yep. Yeah. Go all the way around. And make a cute little fluted edge.
I knew how to do that when we made our little pies. It came out better.
Oh, now you know.
Well, why do you
And you
do
can
that?
turn your pipe.
Because it just
It makes it look pretty.
Yeah, all like
Not
that.
really for any reason.
I mean,
Just
there's lots of different ways that you could do it. You could want a flute.
It like
Are you making
progresses me.
me
Like it gets
flute?
bigger and then it like gets
Yeah.
small.
Big to small.
Almost done.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells.
And now we have a very beautiful fluted pie crust.
Not that hard.
There's always some eggs that have like this little red spot. Teeny tiny little red spot.
Yeah, sometimes they're like little protein spots. Maybe. Okay, welcome back to Baking with Sammy and Kaylee and Marin. We're now going to make our pie filling, and we are using a recipe from Simply Recipes called Old Fashioned Pumpkin Pie. Okay, it does, yeah, so it has picture instructions and everything. I will link this recipe in the description. Okay, so we're going to start by beating 2 large eggs plus the yolk of a 3rd egg. Now we're doubling this recipe. We've got 2 pie crusts. This might actually make way too much, but we're going to double it anyway because I've got 4 cups of pie or of pumpkin. So go ahead. We've already got our eggs. So we've got extra yolks in with our whites. Go ahead and put that into the bowl, and we're going to mix that.
Eggs from chickens.
We're going to beat the eggs in a large bowl. Go ahead and start beating those eggs with the mixer. Okay, and now we're going to add our packed brown sugar. There's half a cup of packed brown sugar, but we got 1 cup because we're doubling this recipe. Go ahead and dump it in there. She'll mix it in. And then Kaylee, we're going to need 2/3 cup of white sugar. So why don't you get 1/3 cup of white sugar? Yeah, crush it up a bit. Move up around those edges. So go ahead and dump that in. So we've got a 1/3 cup, and a 2/3 cup. That'll do. So fluffy. Okay, now we need 4 teaspoons of cinnamon. Okay, do you know how to do that? Yeah, open the other side, get your teaspoon.
This is
Where is my conversion? Actually, look up there on that.
This one.
Okay.
Is that the way?
You know how to flatten it? Okay, good job. Okay, we're going to do 4 of those. 1.
Start mixing.
2. So this recipe calls for cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, cloves, cardamom. We are going to use ginger. We already used some cinnamon, and we're also going to use some allspice because it has a flavor that is a lot like the nutmeg and the cloves. I think that'll work just fine because I don't have any of those other 2. So we need to put in 2 teaspoons of ginger. And this is already looking like something that would be in a pumpkin pie. That looks so good.
So
I just
2
have
of
to have mine.
these.
2 of those. And then we're going to do just 1 teaspoon of allspice.
I think we need to get some more.
Yeah, we probably do.
Because that's a lot for this little bottle.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, and then let's do 1 teaspoon of the allspice. Okay? And that should cover us on spices.
It smells so good.
Another thing you could substitute for all of these is they actually make what's called pumpkin spice, where they've already taken all these spices and mixed them together to make the spices you'd put into pumpkin pie. Now we're going to cut open our pumpkin. When I packaged this pumpkin, I put 4 cups of pumpkin into it. So we should be able to just take this whole bag, because I've already pureed it, and we're just going to dump it in. Okay?
That's orange.
Wish it down there. Careful, Tammy. Don't let her get it into you.
Smells good though.
Oh yeah, well, cinnamon. We had some extra crust, so we're making a cinnamon sugar crust treat.
No washing.
Sammy.
At all.
Okay, so mix in that pumpkin, and then we're gonna stir in the cream. That means we're gonna need a spoon, or like a wooden spoon, to stir in the cream. Kaylee, bring the pie crusts over. This is pretty, huh?
So pretty.
Okay, here, take these and we'll put those in the garbage. Here, you can help me put these spices away. Yep, we're almost done.
Well, you didn't ask to put the spices away.
Here, put these in the sink. Okay, that's good, thank you. Alright, now I'm going to come and take over for this. She can start a little bit. She can start a little bit. Let me be the mom.
I'm an angel.
Very cute. That's a very cute angel.
Stirring.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate your help. Now, to finish this process, we have to dump the pie filling into the pie crusts.
Where's the spoon?
I'm expecting it to be.
You know, to me, it doesn't seem like it's the right color, but I am not sure that this is going to turn out, because when I look at the pictures,
It's dark orange.
it never looked like this.
It's dark orange and thick on the paper.
I
Yeah.
bet it still tastes
It's
good.
like pale and
So we'll just do the best we can and see if it works.
Still looks good.
The extra in here.
What do we do with the extra?
I'll bake it.
I wonder what it
We'll
tastes
just bake. Alright, it's all an experiment. If it doesn't work, I don't know what to say. I will probably need to find a different recipe, so.
If it doesn't work, don't keep this recipe.
It just doesn't look quite right to me, but we'll see what we can do.
Let's look.
Is it beeping, 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 huh?
Yes.
Okay, so these have been in for an hour. They smell amazing, and quite honestly, they look really good. I was not confident that they were going to turn out. But if you see, there's a little jiggle, but it's not a wet jiggle. It's more of a custard jiggle. So I think we're good. These really are quite lovely. I was worried about the crust because, you know, when you're baking something for an hour, sometimes those crusts burn, but they have turned out absolutely beautiful. And we had so much left over, I just put it in little glass pans. So we just have some pumpkin custard over there. So we will let you know how those taste. My family got eaten the pumpkin pie and I nearly forgot to film what it looks like. But it turned out amazing.
It tastes really good. I wish you guys could.
Family approved, apparently. Anyway.
I wish you guys could taste it through.
Oh my goodness. Didn't get cut all the way, looks like, so I've mangled it. But that's okay. It looks like pumpkin pie. Tastes like pumpkin pie.
It's darker than what you.
Yeah, it's a little bit darker, but that's actually kind of typical of making homemade pumpkin. I think they add food coloring and that kind of thing to the canned stuff. I'm not really positive about that, but the crust turned out really good. It's not super flaky, but it holds together really well, and it tastes really good.
I wish you guys could taste through the camera.
So there's my mangled piece of pie. Yeah, we heard that. We heard it 3 times. Anyway, and it's excellent with your dollop of whipped topping, or if you're the kind that likes to take the actual whipping cream and whip up your own whipped cream. I'm lazy and I get the fake stuff that's Cool Whip.
It's good.
But I would totally say that the recipes that we have used are perfectly good for making homemade pumpkin pie. So good luck on your own adventures. Get those sugar pie pumpkins planted this next summer and enjoy your own pumpkin pie